What's up, guys? Welcome back to the garage. We got old Eugene back in here. Driving around today and the battery light came on. I started hearing some sounds and I think the alternator's going out. So it was only putting about 11.5 to 12.5 volts out at highway speed. So that's not kosher. So we're gonna go ahead and get the alternator changed out and get her back on the road. Let's do it. So I had the fan set up here because it was nice and toasty when I come back earlier today. I did manage to make it home, but the battery voltage was about 11, 8, 12, something like that. So the fan's been doing its work, getting it cooled down so I don't burn myself. We're going to get started here. Alternator's here on top. I went and picked up a reman from the parts house that actually carries a lifetime warranty, which I was pretty impressed about. So I'm going to get some tools out. We'll get started on here. I'm going to go ahead and change the belt while we're in there because it's been a little squeaky whenever it's nice and humid out. So we'll get it knocked out and then we'll see what happens. All right, it's been a little while since I've been in the engine compartment of the Jeep, but I do remember, first off, we got to get this airbox out of the way. A couple of tins right here. Undo the hose clamp there. There are some bolts inside the box, but mine broke a long time ago, so I think I can just pull on it and it'll come out. So we're going to get that out of the way. I know there's some 15-inch bolts here on the alternator, and the alternator should come out fairly easily once we get the belt out of the way. Replacing the belt is going to be, I don't know if you have to take the idler pulleys off or not to replace the belt. So we'll get to that when we get to that. So let's get some of the stuff out of the way so we can have a good look. All right, on this airbox, you do have a vacuum line here you got to pull off and a mass airflow sensor on the bottom you got to unplug before you rip it out of there, but come out pretty easy. We're going to go ahead and get the belt loosened up next. So this is your idler here. You got a big half drive slot right there. You put a half drive wrench or a breakover bar or something in there, and that'll give you the leverage to loosen up the belt, and then you just pop it off one of these pulleys. So we'll get that out of the way real quick. And then it looks like there's 2 bolts in the top, 1 in the bottom, and 1 in the middle on the alternator bracket. And we'll get that all taken apart and get that thing off of there. Got to unplug it, of course, and undo the main wire. And then we'll see if we can get the belt changed or not. All right, so this is some BS. This tensioner is extremely stout. Like, I've got a fairly long breaker bar on there, and it was taking both hands pushing on this to get it to break. And with both hands on that, I don't have a hand to get the belt off. So I went and got a little ratchet strap. And I looped it under the fender over here. Hooked it to that little bracket, wherever that is. You can hook it anywhere, as long as you got fenders that'll support the weight. It's not super tight. I mean, it's got a little weight, a little load on it, but anyway, that's going to hold that for me. So now I can get the belt off pretty easily. So we'll go ahead and get that out of the way and then get the alternator pulled off. Hopefully I can get to all the bolts with that wrench in the way. And then we'll reverse the order. So I'm going to keep working. I'm going to get the alternator off next. Come on, Mopar, you got to do better than this. This is ridiculous. These top two bolts are 15s. This bottom one was a half, and this was a 17. Why are there three different size bolts, 2 metric or 3 metric, 1 standard, all on one bracket? This is dumb. It's dumb, but it's done. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap. It looks like these 2 bolts here hold the alternator to the bracket. I'm gonna get the other one out of the box here and swap them out, and do a little visual check, make sure all the bolt locations and everything's line up, make sure I got the right one. And before we start wrestling that back in place, we're gonna go ahead and get the belt changed out. It looks like I'll be able to pull it out the way it is. I just gotta remember how it goes. So get that swapped out with this one here. This is the reman I picked up. Like I said, it comes with a lifetime warranty. I was pretty impressed with that. That's better than the one that came on the Jeep. I did get 158,000 miles out of that guy, so it doesn't owe me a thing. It's lived its life. But we're gonna get the new one strapped on and change out the belt and reverse everything. First blood. Nice. I'll go ahead and get this belt swapped out here. It looks pretty straightforward. Just kind of pull it out of there. Pop it past the belts or the pulleys here. Hardest part is doing it without knocking you guys over. Or my light, for that matter. Really. Pull the belts out of the way. It doesn't look bad. Like, I don't know how long it's been since I changed it, but it's not cracked or anything. It's just when it's moist, like when it's really heavy dew in the mornings, it squeaks. And I figured if I want to be doing this, I might as well change the belt. So that's what I want to do. I want to get it, throw back in there, kind of lay it out where it needs to be. We'll have to kind of finagle it over that alternator when we set that back in place. And looks like we're on the home stretch now. Reverse reinstallation is a reverse of removal, pretty much. If I run in any quirks, I'll stop and let you guys know. But I think it's going to be pretty straightforward. The toughest part is going to be getting the belt everywhere it needs to go. Some tight spaces down there. We'll get it. Here we go. Alright, I got it pretty much laid in place. It's not exactly where it needs to be. This side is the side over here that you pop on and off when you pull the tension on the pulley. I just wanted to get it, or on the tensioner, I just wanted to get it kind of in place and then slip that one back off so it's in the right position. It's on the AC compressor, it's on the water pump, it's on the power steering pump, it's on the idlers, it's on the crank. Everything looks good. So I'm going to drop that alternator back in. I did disconnect the battery. It wasn't on video, but I was not interested in fireworks today. So I did disconnect the battery. This little guy right here is Sparky. I'm going to pop this down here off of this pulley back off and drop the alternator in place and try to get the bolts lined up. It is quite a pain to do it one-handed. Well, two-handed, but hold it with one hand and put the bolt in the other with the other. So if I'm struggling, just stay tuned. I'll eventually get it. Well guys, something happened with the camera and it switched over to the other view instead of what you're supposed to be looking at. But I got it back in there. The 4 bolts went back in pretty straightforward. Run them all in with the impact and give them all the ugga-duggas until they quit spinning. So next is going to be connecting the power here and the signal wire, and then put the belt back on. And then we got to throw the intake back on and fire it up and see how many volts we get. So sorry I didn't get the reinstallation on video. It somehow switched to the selfie camera instead of the regular camera, and so all you saw was my chin for about 4 minutes. It's unfortunate, but that's what happened. But we're going to get it all strapped back in, get everything hooked up, and mark this one off the list. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I've already checked the belt, make sure it's on all the pulleys where it's supposed to be. All the ribs are lined up as best as I can with slack on the pulley or on the belt. So I'm going to go ahead and release my my little tool here. Let it go back to normal. It's going to be a little violent, but it is what it is. There we go. Get that thing out of the way. Double check and make sure all of the belts appear to be on the ribs. The smooth sides don't really matter, they'll auto align, but the rib sides got to be on the pulleys. Everything looks good. Go ahead and get this wrench out of here. I really need some better work lights. If any of you guys have any suggestions on ones that you've used, maybe that have magnets or that last a long time, and they need to be rechargeable, of course, possibly with like a type C, so it's a generic plug, so I don't have to go chase a bunch of cords. Send me a link, because this one's bright. It works good, but it's big and it's heavy and it doesn't have magnets and it doesn't last very long. So it is what it is. All right, I'm going to throw the air filter assembly back on. Be sure you remember to connect your vacuum line and your mass airflow connector, or you will get a nice little pretty lit up dash. I'm going to go ahead and reconnect the battery and we'll fire it up and see what voltage we get. First I got to get all these tools out of the way, but we're on the home stretch, guys. We're almost there. All right, that was reconnected on the battery. I'll head over here. I actually bought a little USB adapter for the cigarette lighter a while back that actually has a voltage readout on it right here, and that's what alerted me to the problems. So I'm going to fire it up and we'll see if we get to 14.4 or 14.6. We're a little low right now, just below 12. Well, that's not good. It's showing 11.7 and the battery light's on and it's not going up. Maybe I disconnected, maybe I connected something wrong. Let me double check. Well guys, very unfortunate turn of events. I know we cut off kind of abruptly on the last part of the video, but I was very frustrated. It's been a day reevaluating this. So I was messing with this alternator, trying to understand why it wouldn't charge. And this plug for the signal that makes it charge, for whatever reason, I thought it wouldn't plug in. I thought it didn't want to plug in. But I got to looking closer, and on this side, a little nub that's supposed to be on there that this clips into when you put it on is missing. like it doesn't lock. Now it was on there when I started it earlier, and I could tell that it wasn't charging, so I don't know that that will fix it, but I know that's not good because I can be driving along and it just pops off. So I'm going to have to pull this alternator back off, take it back to the parts house. I've already called them and made sure they have another one. I'm going to rip it off real quick, run it back up there and swap it out, and then put the new one on, and then we'll have to go from there. I think there's a fusible link in this wire harness somewhere that could possibly be burnt. There might be a fuse somewhere. This wire on the battery right here, that bolt in the back there was loose, and that appears to be the one that connects to that wire, this here. So it might be that was loose and it just wasn't getting a good connection. But I didn't find all of that until after I figured out that the plug wouldn't plug. So I got to change the alternator again. Unfortunate because it's hot here in Texas. I sweated so much yesterday there was a puddle on the front of the Jeep. Once I get the new one, we'll try it again. So I'll update for you guys. It'll be just a second. We'll see you then. One thing to note, I think I can just take off these 4 bolts, 2 on each side right here, and just pull the alternator. I took the whole bracket off yesterday to do the belt because there's a bolt through here that you can't get the belt around. So I did it yesterday, or in the earlier part of the video, to put the belt on. But I think just the alternator, I can pull these 4, these 2 and the 2 on the other side, take the tension off the belt and pull the alternator right off the top. So I'm going to try that. Hopefully that'll speed things up. All right, I got good news. I went and got another new alternator, swapped it out. I was able to just remove those 4 bolts and get the alternator swapped out after I removed the belt, of course. Plug locks in, everything's connected. It's charging at 13.6, which is about what I expected, between 13 and 14. So I think we're good. I'm going to drive it for a little while, make sure nothing goes weird. But it looks like Eugene's back on the road. It was just a bad from the factory remanufactured alternator. So good. We can mark this one off the list. Thank you guys for hanging out with me here in the garage. It looks like we got Eugene back on the road, which is great because it's my daily. So I'm pretty proud of that. I'm pretty happy about that. We had a little hiccup, but we persevered and we got it fixed. If you like this content, if my videos help you out, please be sure to subscribe. I've got more things coming with the Jeep, with the OBS, maybe get the vet back out pretty soon. I got the motorcycle, I got a little bit of everything for a little bit of everybody. But for now, we're gonna knock this one off the list. I'm gonna get out of this Texas heat. You guys have a good one and rock on.